get a visa? Do I need a SIM card? Can I pay using my phone? Bullet trains. How do I get one?
There are so many questions when it comes to traveling in China, especially from first timers. So I thought, let's make a video answering some of the most asked questions. So here we go. Let's get this Chinese FAQ adventure started. So my friends over at trip.com have actually let me know that the #1 most asked question from foreigners right now coming to China for the first time center around the topic of bullet trains. So let's get into it. I personally love taking bullet trains. Something you may not know about me is I have this crippling flight anxiety, and trust me, you do not want to be the person sitting next to me on a flight because I will literally squeeze your hand off. So for that reason, wherever possible, I will take a bullet train because it's fast, there are connections from everywhere, they're hardly ever delayed, and best of all, no turbulence. So when it comes to booking tickets for your bullet trains, you can do this by using the app called 12306. I know, very catchy name. Of course, you can also use trip.com. Basically, you just look for the connection you're after, you enter your passport details to reserve your seat, and now for the best part, foreigners are no longer required to get to the station early to line up at the ticket counter to get their physical ticket to present in order to enter the station. Now, all you need is your passport. Your passport is your ticket, so you just have to get to the station like 15-20 minutes before your train and you're good to go. But of course, if you still want to line up and get your tickets old school fashion, the counter is always available to you at the station. Another update that you may not be aware of when it comes to taking a bullet train in China is you can actually order takeout on bullet trains. You just scan the QR code on your armrest. It'll take you to a list of options of restaurants available at your next stop. You order your food, and at the next stop, there'll actually be someone boarding the train with your food and present it to you. I mean, we're living in the future, guys. Another of the big questions coming from first timers to China involves the topic of digital payments, because if you're not aware, people in China are most commonly using their phones to pay, but not just pay actually, to order takeout, to get taxis, to do online shopping. So if you're interested in doing any of the above, would really suggest that you get this set up for a smooth trip to China. And I personally find that Alipay is a lot more user-friendly, especially when it comes to foreigners linking foreign cards. So that's exactly what I'm about to run you through how to do. So first things first, make sure you finish up real name verification on the app. Then you can go to My Account, click on Bank Cards, click the plus button on the top right-hand corner, and then simply follow the prompts until you have your card added. Okay, so now next step, when it comes to the point of actually paying on the ground here in China, you're going to encounter one of two situations. You're either going to scan the merchant's QR code, or they are going to scan your QR code. To scan a QR code, simply press the scan button and then you scan and you'll make your payment. Or if they scan you, you can press the pay/receive button, hold out your QR code, and your money will be deducted. Trust me, it will. I've had quite some experience with this topic. Now we're moving on to my favorite topic, which is of course food. But more specifically, this question is going to be answering the question of how to get that food delivered. Takeout is another of the big questions asked by first timers to China, so let's answer it. Takeout in China is something you have to experience at least once. It's quite incredible. Basically, any time of day, whether that's 3 p.m. or 3 a.m., there are delicious foods that can be delivered right to your door within 30 to 40 minutes. It's really cool. Also here in China, there are lots of apps that you can use to order takeout. The one I've been using pretty much since I've arrived in China is Ele.me, so you can go ahead and download that before you actually arrive in China. And the coolest thing is that these days in China, if you're staying in a hotel, more often than not, your takeout will be delivered to you by a robot. Yes, I really love this concept because it means you don't have to put on any shoes or fancy clothes to go down to the lobby and collect it yourself. So big tick from me. And if you want to ensure that your hotel has a robot delivery service, you can actually open the app trip.com, go into your hotel, flick down and see if it offers robot takeout service. You can also check the amenities and most importantly, whether the hotel accepts foreign guests, a very important thing to check on before you book a hotel here in China. But yeah, I've arrived at my destination. How beautiful is this sunset view here? I'm here in Nanjing. I've just climbed a mountain and yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I'm sure you probably have many more questions, so let me know in the comments below what other questions you would like me to answer. Maybe I can do a part 2. And I would really like to say a big thank you to trip.com for sponsoring this video. They've actually put together a very detailed coming to China guide that includes everything from getting a visa to getting a SIM card to setting up your e-wallet. So if you're a first timer, you can check out that guideline in the link in my description. Yeah, that's going to be it from me. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye from China.